In 2025, the rule was simple: adapt or fall behind. Learn AI, move faster, experiment, but now we have a problem. Everyone caught up. In 2026, using the tools isn't the edge anymore. It is the baseline. Our feeds are oversaturated, everything sounds the same, and trust is getting harder to earn. The brands winning right now aren't just moving fast, they're moving differently. I spent the last week combing through HubSpot's 2026 State of Marketing report with real data from real marketers on what's actually working right now. If you were here for last year's breakdown, you might remember my final question. Will you look back a year from now and wish you had started adapting sooner? Well, it's been a year. We've learned the tools, we've seen what happens when everyone uses them, so now it's time to optimize what actually works. So let's walk through these 6 major marketing trends for 2026. We'll look at what the data says, what actually changed, and how to adjust without burning out. The full report is linked below if you want to follow along, but for now, let's start with the shift that surprised everyone. Be honest, when you're scrolling on LinkedIn, how long does it take you to spot an AI-written post? The perfect grammar, the emoji lists, the "here's what no one tells you" hook? Found one. You can usually spot one in under 3 seconds. According to the report, 52% of marketers say AI has made content easier to create, but less effective overall. And 53% say that they're struggling to differentiate in oversaturated feeds. Last year we were asking, how do we start using AI? This year the question is, how do we stop sounding like it? Because now that everyone has access to the same tools, your judgment is the product. The tools just ship it faster. So here's how to stay ahead. First, prioritize infrastructure over inspiration. Don't ask AI to be creative, ask it to be organized. Input your specific brand point of view and tone guidelines before you ever ask for a single word of copy. Next, apply the human edit rule. If a sentence sounds like something a generic LinkedIn influencer would say, delete it. Your audience can smell a template from a mile away. Finally, build a prompt library. When you find a prompt that triggers an output that actually sounds like you, save it. Stop reinventing the wheel every time you open your AI tools. Once AI is handling the execution, something becomes obvious pretty quickly. Without clarity, you sound like every other brand. Let's play a game. I'm going to show you a website homepage. You have 5 seconds. Tell me what they sell. Time's up. Do you know? Neither do I. That is costing them money. According to the report, over half of marketers agree that expressing brand taste and point of view is essential for AI to actually work. But, and this is wild, 40% of teams still haven't clearly defined their brand's unique value proposition. The brands winning right now have this locked in. Think of a brand that you would recognize from a screenshot alone. No logo, no name. Got one? The one that I think of is Duolingo. They have documented their brand point of view so tightly that every touch point reinforces the same personality. Website, socials, in-app moments, even push notifications. If it doesn't sound like the owl, they don't hit publish. Last year, the question was, do people recognize us? This year, the question is, do they understand us instantly? Buyers are deciding faster than ever. If your messaging isn't clear in the first 5 seconds, they're gone. So here is how to stay ahead. First, pass the 5-second test. Show your homepage to a stranger, and if they can't tell you exactly what you do and who it's for in 5 seconds, your copy isn't clear enough. Next, anchor every channel. Your Instagram bio, email footer, and ad headlines should all answer the same core question in the same way. Repetition creates recognition. Finally, measure conversions, not vibes. Stop asking if the brand feels right and ask which specific headline is driving signups, and then double down on that. When you get clear on your positioning, there's something else that you're going to notice. Not everything that you publish deserves to exist. Try this. Open your content calendar and scan the last month of posts. Now ask yourself, how many of these could be deleted without anyone noticing? If the honest answer is most of them, That's the problem. 83% of marketers say that AI has increased the expectation to publish more content than ever before. But at the same time, creating content that actually drives engagement is still the #1 challenge across teams. So output is going up, impact isn't. AI removed friction from creation, and with it, the filter that used to stop weak ideas from going live. Last year, the question was, how do we publish more? This year, the question is, how can we publish with intent? More content without a purpose doesn't just underperform, it actively trains your audience to ignore you. So here's how to stay ahead. First, replace what should we post with why are we posting? If the only answer is because it's Tuesday, delete the draft. Next, set a quality standard. Does this post teach, entertain, or challenge a belief? If it's just noise, you're actively training your audience to scroll right past you. Finally, track resonance over reach. One reply from a qualified lead is worth more than 1,000 views from bots. Optimize for the DM, not the impression. So, if more content isn't the answer, what actually cuts through the noise? Think about the last brand or creator you actually trusted. You probably didn't decide that from one 15-second clip. Trust comes from repetition, depth, proof over time. The data shows that short-form video continues to drive the strongest returns. At the same time, long-form videos saw one of the biggest year-over-year lifts in performance. So discovery still matters, but depth compounds. This is exactly how Morning Brew built a multi-million-dollar audience. Short-form wasn't the strategy, it was the on-ramp. Short-form content is for discovery. Longer-form video is for credibility and trust. And owned channels like email and blogs are for consistency. They turn attention into a habit, and that habit is what actually compounds into loyalty. Last year, the question was, how do we get discovered? This year, the question is, what actually makes people trust us? Because short-form video might get you seen, but loyalty is built over time. So here's how to stay ahead. First, own a depth channel. Whether it is a podcast or a YouTube channel, you need one place where you can actually provide value. Next, use short form for reach, not explanation. Use TikTok or Reels to grab attention, and then immediately point that traffic toward your depth channel. And close the loop with a simple email roundup. This moves you from their feed to their inbox and turns a casual viewer into a weekly habit. This is the only asset that no algorithm can take away from you. Now, this is where a lot of teams panic because once discovery and trust move upstream, website traffic starts to go down. When was the last time you Googled something, got the answer instantly, and never clicked a single link? You didn't scroll, you didn't go to different sites, you just had the answer. Nearly half of marketers say that traditional search traffic is declining due to AI-powered answers. At the same time, marketers report that traffic coming from AI tools carries much higher intent than traditional search. This isn't traffic disappearing, it's traffic getting filtered. Views are the new vanity metric. Decision-ready visitors are the real flex. Last year, the question was, how do we rank higher? This year, the question is, how do we show up where people make decisions? Because more and more of that research is happening before someone ever visits your website. And by the time they do get there, they've compared options, they've formed an opinion, and they're not browsing, they're deciding. So here's how to stay ahead. First, optimize for where research actually happens. People are forming opinions inside AI summaries and chats, social platforms, communities, and creator content long before they ever Google your brand. And if you aren't there, you're invisible. Next, lead with the answer. AI rewards clarity, so do humans. Skip the long preamble and give the most useful response immediately. This is how your content gets cited, trusted, and acted on. Finally, design for the decision phase. Assume that your website visitor has already done their homework. Don't make them hunt for the pricing or the demo button. Put it front and center. Now, if you want help doing this, the Field Notes series on our channel released a video that breaks down how modern discovery works with a ton of AEO tips that you can steal. I'll link it in the description for you. Okay, we have covered a lot so far, and as fascinating as all of this is, it can feel like a lot to keep up with. So here's how the brands actually evolving are pulling it all together. We've all been in this meeting. The campaign launched 3 weeks ago. It's tanking, but you have to wait for the monthly report to officially say that it's tanking. And by the time that you get approval to change it, the market has moved on. That delay costs more than the course correction ever would have. Top performing teams aren't smarter, they're just faster. What the report found is that the teams winning right now analyze performance weekly, sometimes daily, and update live campaigns within hours. Last year, the question was, how do we plan the perfect strategy? This year, the question is, how fast can we learn and adapt once something is live? This is the core of HubSpot's Loop Marketing Playbook. To keep up with a market that moves this fast, the goal isn't perfect planning, it is to launch, learn, fix, and repeat. So here's how to stay ahead. First, stop chasing data across 10 different tabs. You need a centralized hub. When your email, social, and website data all live in one place, you don't have to spend hours connecting the dots. And when that system has AI built into it, you're gonna get way deeper insights in way less time. Next, shorten your feedback cycles. If a specific subject line works on Tuesday, use that insight for your ad copy on Wednesday. Review weekly, not monthly. And finally, optimize for what's already running before launching something new. Small changes to live campaigns compound faster than starting from scratch. The teams winning in 2026 are the ones who can learn, adjust, and move while everyone else is still waiting for approval. The shifts this year aren't about adapting anymore. They're about evolving. If you are still marketing the same way that you were in 2025, you're not just falling behind, you're working harder for worse results. So let me leave you with this. A year from now, when I inevitably drag this clip back onto your screen again, will you look back and see more posts, more tools, and more effort? Or will you see systems, clarity, and momentum that kept working even when you weren't pushing every day? That is the difference between keeping up and actually evolving. And that's what this channel is for, turning overwhelming marketing into calm, repeatable systems that work. So, to stay ahead, subscribe for weekly videos on real marketing strategies that are working right now, not just the ones that everybody's talking about. And there you have it, 6 of the biggest shifts that you need to know, but the full 2026 State of Marketing Report goes much deeper. It's packed with data, breakdowns, plus a ton of other content to help you stay ahead. I've linked it for free for you in the description. And just to be clear, you don't need to do all of this at once. You just need a place to start. I've linked a playlist of social media business strategies at the end of this video so that we can help you turn these trends into something practical, one system at a time. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. If you liked this breakdown, make sure to let me know by giving it a like. My name is Bridget O'Rourke. Feel free to connect with me online, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.